Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a very good day. So for today's book review, I'm here to talk about Goliath by Scott Westerfeld. This is the last book in the Leviathan trilogy. Let me tell you what the series is all about. Leviathan is a young adult steampunk series. We have two main characters. The first one is Alec, who is the prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And we find out at the beginning of the series that his parents are assassinated. And so his own people have turned against him. Alec is on the run, but he is not alone. He's accompanied by Count Volger, who is kind of like his advisor, as well as Master Klopp, who is the master of mechanics. Anyways, Austro-Hungary as well as the Germans are in an alliance together. They are known as the Clankers. They use steam-powered machines with guns. On the other side of the spectrum, we have the Darwinists, and our other main character, Darren Sharp. Darren Sharp loves to fly, and at the beginning of the series, we find her sneaking into the British Air Service because apparently females are not allowed to fly during this time period, so she disguises herself as a boy. The Darwinists uses fabricated animals as their weaponry, so we have the Clankers versus the Darwinists. Through events and circumstances, we have Alec and Darren meet up with each other, and misadventure ensues, like always. So we have Alec and Darren who are aboard the Leviathan. They are given orders to pick up this mad scientist inventor, and he claims that he has a weapon called Goliath that can end the war. So will it happen? Won't it? Who knows? Also, does Alec find out Darren's true identity? Well, it's the last book, so she better. So that's a quick synopsis of what this series is all about and what Goliath is all about. Let me talk to you guys about the characters. What I really enjoyed most about this series are the characters. I really enjoyed seeing the dynamic between each of the characters. I think Count Volger is hilarious. He's very straightforward for the most part, and his interaction with Darren or Alec is pretty hilarious to read about. And for the most part, all of the characters were quite likable or enjoyable to read, aside for a couple of characters who I think were meant to be annoying, like Eddie Malone, who is this reporter for the New York World. You know, he gets right in your business, and so that's annoying. But other than that, I thought for the most part the characters were really well developed and really fleshed out. What I enjoyed the most, of course, were Alec and Darren for sure, and their relationship and how that all unfolded within the book. I thought it was fantastic, and I think the pacing of the relationship was really great. As far as Alec's character, one of his flaws is sulking a lot. He sulks a lot throughout the series. He feels he's a waste of hydrogen, and we see Alec doing his best to progress the conclusion of this war. I thought Darren for the most part kicked ass. She is really well-rounded, and I thought she was just a fun character to read about. All of her phrases and how she talks is a lot of fun. As for the plot of Goliath, as well as the rest of the series, I think it's a slower paced read overall. Throughout Goliath, there were a lot of side stories, I felt, and I think those were more just placed so we can see the relationship develop between Alec and Darren, which I didn't mind at all. But plot-wise, I think it dragged the overall arching storyline back a bit. There's some misadventures and some action scenes here and there, especially towards the end of the series for sure. Overall, because Goliath is an alternate history of World War I, it's a steampunk novel as well, there's a lot of details to absorb throughout the series, so it made for a slower paced read for me anyways, so I could absorb all of the details and what the hell was going on. So I had to slow down my reading just to picture all of these different elements. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give Goliath by Scott Westerfeld 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed Goliath a whole lot. Even though the series and the last book is kind of a slower paced read, I thought the key events unfolded in a timely manner, which I will talk about a little bit later. You know, everything I wanted in the second book happened in this last book, which is really great. I thought it was a great conclusion to the series for sure. It concluded the overall story as well as left an open-ended ending for me to imagine what will happen to the characters in the future. So I think that's really great. Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of my followers commented about this bonus chapter on Scott Westerfeld's site. It's freaking fantastic, and Keith Thompson did an illustration to accompany this bonus chapter, and I thought it was really great and something I really needed because I wanted to know more about what happened to Alec and Darren afterwards. But yeah, if you're into alternate history or want to get more into steampunk, I highly recommend checking the the Leviathan series out. So yes, those are my thoughts on Goliath as well as this series. I hope you enjoy this book review, but if you haven't finished this book yet, I will have to say goodbye to you because I'm going to get into spoilers. Spoiler alert, there's going to be spoilers. I'll talk about a lot of the spoilers. The main thing I want to talk to you guys about is, of course, Alec and Darren's relationship throughout the series. Yeah, so let's talk about, first of all, I was so excited when Alec found out about Darren's true identity. It happened around the 150 page mark. I thought it happened in a very timely manner. I was super happy that it happened early on in the book, and it's all thanks to Bovril, and he's just a fantastic beastie for sure. And on top of that, I was super happy that Alec found out that Darren had feelings for him early on as well, because him trying to figure out Darren was in love with him like halfway through the book or towards the end would just kill me, and I wouldn't have liked the book. So I was super glad that Alec found out about her identity as well as realized her feelings for him early on in the series, because we needed to see that development between those two, and we do. There is some awkward tension between the two. Darren kissing Alec to, keep him awake when he bumps his head on top of Leviathan. That was hilarious. I love the fierce loyalty between Darren and Alec, especially when Alec gave away his big secret so Eddie Malone wouldn't publish Darren's big secret. I thought that was absolutely lovely, and Alec realizing his feelings for Darren at the end of the book, him killing Tesla because he wanted to protect Leviathan as well as Darren. That was pretty crazy altogether. And at the end with the newspaper clipping, I'm thinking Darren and Alec get married. I think so. They get married. I decide that they're married. It happened. It was a lovely wedding. The reception was awesome. Lots of food. Kind of small, with close family and friends. Yeah, anyways, and of course the bonus chapter on Scott Westerfeld's side. I hope you read it because we're gonna go into it. Spoilers. Yes, seeing Darren in a dress. I always wanted to see Darren in a dress, and that was fantastic, and it was hilarious seeing Alec and Darren together in dresses. It was so funny. What a setting, this costume party. It was a lot of fun. It was super great. I love Darren's sassiness, and her attitude and her whole personality is just a lot of fun to read about. Same with Alec. Their whole relationship, the dynamic between those two characters is so much fun, and I just adored these two characters a whole lot. So those are my spoiler thoughts. I know. Relationships, Priscilla, is there anything else you want to throw in there? No, not really. Anyways, that is everything, guys. I will talk to you guys later. Have a very good one. Bye.